What's up, boys and girls? I'm Powers, and this is The Hand of Glory, a classic point-and-click adventure game, and I've missed playing one of those for a while. May wasn't really the best month for games, so anyways, this looked really cool, and I thought we should play it. So here we go. Let's do a new game here. You want to play the game tutorial? No thanks, I've already played it. It just shows you how to play a point-and-click.
This story begins where many others generally end. At the time, I worked for a detective agency known as HPD, but I couldn't know then what the acronym really meant. I don't think I ever really knew.
Oh,
For a few months, I'd been on the trail of the man the press not very originally renamed Blowtorch.
I was gonna say it's exactly the same as the tutorial level. I guess they're the same. The tutorial just shows you how to play a point-and-click adventure game. Like, they're almost the same as everything else, so... Let's just continue this. Blowtorch, eh? An enemy.
A clue led me to the extreme outskirts of Miami, in a little out-of-the-way suburb that smelled like rotten fish.
Here we are, in our... Speedo? Velopede. How did they used to call it the old bikes?
Operator, the caller you have dialed is unavailable. Do you want to leave a message?
Bundy, knock it off. Judging from the traffic noise, I'd say you disobeyed my orders.
Hey, I just went out for a ride on my bike. What's the harm?
At 10 in the evening, I told you to stay home. The case is ours. We're already racing to the scene of the tip-off.
But the cavalry's already here, boss. Let me find one of those clues that Blowtorch left for me, and we will stop the next murder before you even divorce your third wife.
I'm on my fourth, Bundy, and I will never understand why that killer keeps leaving clues just for you.
Do you need to ask? Because I'm his archenemy, his nemesis, his worst nightmare.
More like he enjoys leaving you every time grasping a handful of air.
Oh, yeah. Remind me again, old man. Who stopped the Puerto Rican surgeon and the arsonist of the southeast coast? And what about the...
All old news, Bundy. You haven't caught a break for a long time, and for months you've been following Blowtorch without any results. Why don't you go on holiday and let us do the work?
I'm in Miami, dude. Working here is a holiday.
I'm serious, Lars. Give it up.
Listen, boss. I will limit myself to a stealth approach. Identify the victim's flat. I write everything down. I smoke a cigarette. I admire the skyline. I wait for reinforcements. No shootout planned.
That would be difficult, since you never carry a gun with you.
Well, once a chick told me that the weapon at my side makes me clumsy.
Don't cause any shit, Bundy. We'll be there in a short while.
Okay. That means I have a short while to solve this case.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Bundy, don't screw things up, or I swear...
Nice. Alright.
At previous crime scenes, we always found a letter addressed to me, abandoned in the mailboxes. This time, maybe, I would be able to find that letter before the crime was committed. But I had to hurry.
Before the crime was okay. Wait, I thought the crime was already committed. That's why we're here. Someone tipped us off that a crime was going to happen. Okay. Alright, so we have some things here that we can...
Maybe there was still something useful in Green Dart's flask.
This was all in the tutorial level.
Scotch, but I didn't want to find myself in Orlando investigating a red whale again. Like last time. Hey, there really was some scotch after all. Scotch tape, I mean.
I'm just gonna go through everything I did in the tutorial.
An antique and horrible coin eater.
Okay. That was pretty much it. Then they taught us how to combine stuff.
I looked at the various mailboxes and found what I was looking for. An abandoned envelope with no writing or stamps. The only problem remaining was how to open the mailbox. Maybe using something thin for leverage.
Alright, so this guy Blowtorch leaves a letter for us every time, and we have to find this letter that's somewhere in there. And now we need to bust it open. So let's use our
My
badge.
badge wasn't exactly the right tool to wedge this open with, but it was worth a try. The only thing I accomplished was jamming the badge into the narrow crack above the mailbox.
Lovely. So what can we use to get
The alley led around the building to the right.
the badge out
Before
there?
examining the area, though, I had to make sure I was in the right place. That stuff tasted like chewing gum stuck under a desk for a month. I know that because at school I never had the money for snacks, so I picked up those.
So let's see, if we press space we can see all the things we can interact with.
I didn't need to make the ladder come down. The only way in seemed to be the emergency ladder.
We can
The
also...
ladder was too high for me to reach it, and that kind of model was equipped with a security lock too.
check out
I couldn't even see it from where I stood.
things in the environment with the right click button. Left click button kinda interacts with them. So we have the intercoms here, we have also a damaged sidewalk.
Here's what the taxpayers' money was being used for.
I think I left space pressed on too long, because now... Oh, here we go, okay.
The conditions of that sidewalk were getting worse. A stone bigger than the others just fell off the sidewalk. And who was I not to accept the kind gifts from Providence?
Cool, sweet. Now we have a rock. That means we can possibly use it to jam.
The way it was stuck, the badge would act as a chisel.
Bust the mail wide open. That's not a felony or anything.
As usual, the letter was ripped and written with invisible ink. With Scotch tape, I would be able to easily reassemble. Well, I'd have to think about the invisible ink later.
Alright, so we use Scotch tape and the
I would have
scraps here.
stuck the Scotch tape in the back of the letter, so as to obtain the best readability. I
And-
always hated puzzles.
We connect the pieces puzzle thing. Let's see. Alright, yeah, boom, boom. We know.
If I have to waste time on this... I hate this stuff. Once I received a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle as a present. I sold it to my nephew.
Here we go.
It wasn't as difficult as I feared. At that point, I just had to find a way to read the message hidden in the letter. Well, I remembered that to reveal invisible ink, you just have to warm it. Where could I find a source of heat that late at night?
This is pretty much where I got to, and that's it. So now we're on our own. Well, sort of. Can I use
As much as I loved wandering around on green dart in the middle of the night, I had work to do.
I just looked at it and I thought it was a bike, so I'm just gonna start up the bike and get the fire going. I forgot it's a bike. Oh. A cycling bike. Is there anything else around here we can use? Maybe?
The alley led around the building to the right. Before examining the area, though, I had to make sure I was in the right place. In order to reveal the hidden message, it had to be warmed up.
Oh yeah, we could also interact with the objects.
Heavy enough to break a glass. My beloved badge. How much abuse.
And to...
My
what did he say?
beloved badge. How much abuse and harassment I was able to accomplish using that simple square of fabric. Ah, those were the days.
Wow, dude, probably not the right time to be saying that, to be honest, but okay. Anyways, we can interact with the items in our inventories that we pulled a different interface out of it.
In order to...
So let's see.
As always, I was out of credit. By that time, they were all using those instant messaging programs. Therefore, my message box was constantly empty. I only had a game. The one with the snake that has to eat the dots all scattered all over the screen. I was complete rubbish at video games.
I like that he has like a smiley face up here. Alarm
I didn't
off.
need to set the alarm.
Alright. Doesn't seem like we can do much else with this. How the hell? Okay.
The door was one of those you could only open through an electric impulse. I wouldn't be able to force it open, even if it was a normal model. I've always been a washout as a burglar.
Like that his scarf is like going through the collar of his jacket there. Huh. Can we go in here? How do we How do we get the invisible ink out?
I thought it was better to look for another solution.
Also, he has this notepad here that tells us what to do. The letter must be, or at least a hint to what to do. The letter must be reassembled. Then I need to warm it to show the hidden message. Yeah, I got that already. How do we... Can we make fire with these two stones? If there's anything at the intercom here that we can...
It wouldn't help me in any way. I couldn't buzz the whole building without a clue. Someone left a stupid smiley on the intercom. I couldn't buzz the whole building without a clue. I love making prank calls, but this really wasn't the right moment.
Okay, maybe not. Alright. Let's keep on investigating.
There was nothing else in the flask. As much as my green dart. A little engineering jewel made in Italy.
Okay, can we maybe pull it through the vending machine?
The vending machine's engine emitted a faint heat.
Aha.
Maybe intense enough to show the hidden writing on the letter. At first, nothing happened. I was about to give up when it happened. The first characters appeared. The letter corresponded in every way with the ones found before. Supportive tone, an apparent desire to support the police force, then laced with a sudden temper tantrum hinting at a killing frenzy. I had to dig into this, looking for clues.
So what does it say? To the kind attention of Detective Bundy, I am deeply disappointed, Detective, by the incompetence with which you're dealing with a case of the fanatic killer known as Blowtorch. As a citizen and regular taxpayer, I'm worried about my safety. So much that I decided to help you gather your dough. Your dough? What do we know about him then? He's male, of course, just between us. A sissy couldn't create a similar masterpiece, right? Do you see the accuracy with which the eyes of that poor girl were extracted from their sockets without corrupting the flesh? Or as there seems like there's some things missing. There's also the same smiley in the as in the apartment. With a blowtorch, for Christ's sake. This leads one to assume a certain craftsmanship. Is he an artist? Maybe a painter? As in my last letter, I'd suggest a plumber. Nobody ever thinks of the plumber, with all this obsession over butlers. And now we know his initials. I think that would be enough for a detective with a reputation high as a skyscraper like you. Fondly, a normal citizen and regular taxpayer. This guy must be the killer, honestly. So yeah, that's the same.
Face. In his earlier letters, Blowtorch never left anything similar. I took a mental note. That smile left on the letter and the one on the intercom were identical, so I could rule out a simple coincidence. I had just identified the apartment I was looking for.
Damn straight. Alright, let's go back. This guy, C. Glover.
The apartment
Glover?
was registered to a certain G. Glover.
Or G. Glover, okay.
I hoped I got there in time.
Nah, he's still very much alive. Are you gonna come to the door? No?
Yes? Who is it?
I'm Detective Bundy from HPD. If you don't mind, I need to ask you some questions. He didn't answer immediately. Moments of total silence passed, during which I thought he had hung up.
Sorry for the hesitation, but I really don't understand what you would want from me. I'm just a normal citizen who...
Yes, of course. But I really need, and I mean really need, to talk to you. With a certain urgency, too. Can you open the front door?
I hate to be a killjoy, but you have a warrant. I don't want to get into trouble with my landlord.
You know what? I guess I forgot it in my other hand. Anyway, I already told you that...
Listen,
The landlord is a real pain in the ass, and I don't want any trouble.
If it's such a big deal, you won't have any problem coming back with a warrant. Good night. In my entire career, I had never been mistreated like that by someone I had to protect. Despite the fact that the guy was an idiot, I couldn't let him be killed in cold blood. Besides the front door, the only visible way in seemed to be the fire escape above.
Looks like we're gonna have to use it. I was thinking the killer was the guy that wrote the letter, but maybe now the killer wants to kill this guy because he's helping us with these letters and all. Could be. How do we get this fire escape out?
The ladder was too high for me to reach it, and that kind of model was equipped with a security lock too. I couldn't even see it from where I stood.
Can we go around the back?
Maybe in that alley, I would find alternative access to the building.
Here we go. Skulking about. Oh, nice. Okay.
It didn't seem so high from the street.
You can do it, buddy. Can he run? I don't think he can run.
Jumping from that roof would be very Hollywood style, but I would have broken my neck.
Okay, so maybe toss a stone?
In that moment, I thought of the hundreds of baseball games I'd seen while living in America, and I had a real moment of epiphany. The greatest champions in history were looking at me from the sky, cheering for me and waving their arms. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the newest member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, Lazarus Stonearm Bundy!
Nice.
Give it up for the only, the incomparable, Lazarus Bundy!
What a name, Lazarus Bundy. And we're back. Wait, now we can use the ladder to go up. And make our way into the protege house. Not sure he'll be too grateful for that, but...
Lazarus Bundy in my place. Who'd have thought it?
Wait.
Here's my man. All 7'5" of a man, to be exact. Well, so much the better. If things got out of hand, he could protect me.
Nice.
Lazarus Bundy, what are you doing? I still had some surprises in store for you. Instead, it's already time to put an end to our game.
Why, he's definitely the killer. Oh,
Just
no.
then, I knew I misunderstood the whole situation.
Go on, Lazarus. Rescue the damsel.
Things went down dramatically. I had no gun, as always, and I had to deal with a mastodon ready to kill his next victim. Burton would surely arrive with backup shortly after. But, how shortly? Moreover, we were convinced we had to protect the man who instead just revealed himself to be the monster we were hunting. I thought of sending a text to warn him, but I had no credit on my phone, having accidentally subscribed to a live weather service. I was in more danger than ever, but at least I knew the weather was fine in Baltimore. One thing was for sure, I couldn't wait anymore.
Okay, so what can we do here, actually?
I thought it was better to look for another solution. The fast food leftovers looked like they were regurgitated by a warthog.
It kind of looks like one.
She was gagged and strung up like a sausage. But above all, she was busty. This further increased my desire to save her.
Oh, what? Come on.
My eyes saw the lamp. My brain translated it as good makeshift weapon.
Okay, maybe we can use that.
He left the storage room open.
Could be.
The TV was silently showing a vintage spaghetti western.
Is there anything else we can interact with? No, I think that's all. This guy,
The
obviously.
beast was busy in a one-sided conversation. All he did was grumble. Apparently he became chatty only when it came time to write me letters.
Can we use this? On him?
Trying to use the lamp as a makeshift weapon would have meant walking the entire length of the room twice. If I wanted to die, I could have found a more glorious method, such as jumping out naked after drawing a target on my chest.
Okay, maybe on her?
No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't see a good reason to do.
The bottle in his head.
Beast towered over me, but a bottle in the right spot would put anyone to sleep.
Yes.
I had to hold my breath. The slightest noise would betray me.
No.
Oh, cool.
Never mind.
He didn't... he didn't become aware of that. Okay. Can we...
I told you to close that sewer hole, you slut! If I hear even one more whisper, I'll be forced to use more brutal methods than usual. Is that clear?
Alright, can we get the... What can we do from here?
No.
Not
Freeing
much.
the girl was going to be way more difficult than that.
Not much, apparently. Did we go somewhere else, or...?
With bare hands, I would barely be able to tickle him.
Ah, so grab the bottle.
Yes.
Maybe the lamp? On him.
Trying to use the lamp as a makeshift weapon would have... If I wanted to die,
Alright, go into the
I'd
storeroom.
just have gone from the frying pan into the fire.
But what can we do, though?
Change the channel, right now. I wanted to see how the movie ended.
We're very comfortable in here.
She was gagged and strung up on a... Freeing the girl would...
Could be.
With bare hands, I would...
So what,
No.
hold up. Can we make a phone call, maybe?
Yes.
As always,
No.
I had a pretty good idea of how to distract the threatening big guy.
So the alarm is on.
I only had a game. I was...
Same place.
Alright, so what? Do we just throw this at him?
He already had his own, and I was short on credit.
Throw it in the storage room?
I was desperate and in dire straits. I could do nothing but go for broke.
Here we go.
No. Look what you made me do, slut. First, I need to recover that damn phone that I still don't know how you managed to keep from me. Then, we'll settle up.
Now we can whack him. Close the door. Put the lamp on it. There we go, perfect.
Stay calm. I'll get you out of here in a split second.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, the blowtorch. Hence the nickname.
Hurry! Run! I'll hold him.
Oh wow, bitch slap. Lost. Immediate loss of consciousness. K.O. November 11th. 5 years has gone by. Somewhere else. Okay. Can hardly see anything. Oh, if it isn't Dr. Heisenberg. Doctor? Shit. Mr. Heisenberg. What's that? Something about... Ooh, alchemy. What are those marks on his neck? November 11th, Laura's apartment.
The Blowtorch case didn't go as I'd hoped. Instead of the savior, I found myself impersonating the damsel in distress. Luckily, Burton came just in time to get me out of the doghouse. In contrast to his usual MO, Blowtorch was about to take my head off with his bare hands. The signs on my neck would take weeks to disappear completely.
Ah, that's what those are. Okay.
I got suspended from the service indefinitely, obviously, and I would soon discover that sitting on my hands would never be a part of my life again. I found the Miami Harbinger under my door, as I had every day since I'd subscribed to their delivery service. I immediately saw the blurb on the front page. Blowtorch had been identified as David Ramos, an ordinary man who made a living working as a plumber. The initials, the plumbing job, everything matched the information found in the letters. That crazy guy had given us, little by little, his complete identikit.
Don't they always?
The leading story dealt with the disappearance of a young girl, the daughter of a certain Mulzberg. Apparently, he was one of the richest and most powerful men in the city. Nevertheless, I had never heard of him before.
Is this our next case, I wonder?
The journalist was doubting the real disappearance of the teenager, assuming she was a runaway instead. I wonder what clues she could have had that led to such speculation. Despite Burton's timely intervention, Ramos was able to disappear into the night and not get caught.
Oh no.
At least now the public knew his real identity. A man would struggle to move freely.
Anywho, let's check out the letter.
The envelope sticking out didn't have a normal appearance. A cold shiver passed down my spine. Had I just received yet another letter from Blowtorch? I immediately noticed the strange seal with which it had been secured, but I would think about that later. With a trembling hand, I set out to pull out the letter. On the paper was an address and a series of meaningless numbers. Nothing else. Ramos was giving me an appointment in a West Miami alley, but that wasn't the most absurd thing. The most absurd thing is that I'd probably have gone. So Ramos was back after just a few hours on the run, ready to pick up our challenge where it left off. In the meantime, the Miami Harbinger was publishing news about the disappearance of the Mulzberg scion that occurred the night before. What if she was the victim chosen by Blowtorch? I should seek out more information.
How do we know that invitation was from him?
The morning news was being aired right then. Maybe there was still time to catch the final minutes of it.
Looked very fancy for it. Alright, so what does it say on the notebook here? I need more info on the morning newscast should begin the airing shortly. Before leaving home, I also need to retrieve my cell phone. Okay. What else did I have here? A lighter?
Sometimes I remain enchanted just by opening and closing that lighter for minutes at a time. After the whirlwind conclusion of the Blowtorch case, I had smoked an entire pack of cigarettes. I left just 2 for emergency situations.
Yeah, this looks way too fancy here.
Plover Alley had to be a secondary lane along the larger Plover Avenue in the West Miami neighborhood. Those numbers had to mean something.
Okay, we have some numbers there too.
The wax seal was recognizable in its simplicity, just a vermilion circle.
Need to find a way to get those numbers somewhere. There's a lot of things around this apartment.
The poster claimed that the cold filled you with energy. I wondered if that was true. I always preferred the sea to the mountains.
Me too.
The poster claimed...
Okay, anything else interesting about this
The
poster?
poster claimed...
No. Fair enough. I look like
With blood and sweat,
Ninja
I
Turtles
completed
from
that
here.
collection of action figures when I was a kid. After Green Dart, it was my biggest triumph.
I see them, and it looks like Ninja Turtles from all the way down here, all the way up here.
Claudio, the owner of the bar where I worked many years before, sitting at the piano was his wife. Adela tried many times to teach me to strum, but with very bad results.
Bit weird that you have a picture of your Xbox boss on your room, but okay, to each his own, I guess.
I had nothing to hang at the moment, and there was nothing interesting among the items already posted. Inside that fridge, there wasn't even misery left.
Okay.
It kept the device thermostat held in position. Removing it would drop the temperature as low as it could go, but alright. I rarely ate the junk food in my fridge anyway.
Guess we have a Mac.
It was one of those fridge magnets, but a particularly big and powerful one. It was shaped like a UFO.
Okay.
I didn't want anything from the bar. I barely drank, especially when I was working on a case.
Is there something we can use from it? I guess not. Let's see, is there anything else around? That's the newspaper we just read, I think. Let's just double check that. Yeah. Anything else we can extrapolate from it? Doesn't seem so. What's this, a trolley for your mini bar?
What the hell was my remote control doing in there?
Alright, we have a remote control. I guess that's for the TV.
That TV had every possible function, including toasting bread, but not a bloody damn power button. I needed the remote control if I wanted to turn it on.
A nice multi-use TV. Can use it to cook breakfast and watch the morning shows at the same time.
The cell phone was inside the nightstand, comfortably resting in the underwear drawer. When I bent down to pick it up, I found myself looking at my parents' photograph. Mom and Dad, on holidays in Greece during their honeymoon.
He looks like Sasquatch and she looks like a pirate. What the hell?
Dad with his typical sly look, Mom with an unlikely 80s rock star hairstyle. We always used to make fun of her for that juvenile look. How long it had been since I left Italy? And them. Looking at that photo always left me with a sour taste in my mouth, but that wasn't the right time to get lost in memories. I had a cell phone to retrieve and an investigation to continue.
Oh, there it is, in the
The night
drawer's
before,
chest.
I'd even been able to deactivate that paid weather service. I could finally use the phone to do what it was designed for, making phone calls.
What did I say? Drawer's chest? In the drawer's drawer. That's what I meant. Cupboard. Let's see.
It
Picture.
represented the Sacred Heart of Jesus, a Christian symbol of worship. My grandma insisted that I take it with me to America for protection, but to be honest, I always found it, slightly gruesome.
But where do you have it posted on your bed wall? But okay. Oh, Bobby.
Bobby was down there for a reason, to protect me from nightmares.
Oh.
I'd remove it only in case of extreme need.
Alright. Bobby, you continue your service, please.
The last time I made up my bed, America was still at war with Great Britain.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Can we make the
I
bed?
kept Bobby, my stuffed bear, underneath. He protected me from my nightmares.
I guess not. The nice studio apartment he's got going on here. Anything else I missed? No, that's all. Okay, let's turn the TV on then, shall we? Wait, that's our cell phone.
The TV didn't turn on. The batteries were probably dead, and the closest retailer was half an hour away by foot. Damn batteries. There must be some way to give you even a little boost.
Can we use the poster, maybe?
The poster claimed that
Hold up.
the universal remote control for my original pony. The best of the worst.
Oh, we do have some contacts
Just
now.
having to talk to him in person from time to time was enough. Besides, my phone calls with Wheelo lasted 20 seconds at most. Then he hung up. Anti-interception measures, he said.
Who the hell is Willow?
I didn't need to call Burton. I wondered what my mother was doing at that precise moment. It had been years since we last spoke. Anyway, I had other things to worry about.
Can we check the messages?
By that time, they were all using the...
No. Gotta be able to use this thing, poster. On
That
the TV,
had...
though.
I needed...
Yeah, they actually check what's behind this door.
If I left then, I wouldn't know what to look for precisely. First, I needed to find...
Okay, never mind. We need to do this. Did I miss anything?
Obviously, the fridge... My LCD pony, which cost me an arm, a leg, and even a toe for my foot. Literally. When I moved here, it slipped from my hands and fractured my big left toe.
Okay. There seems like there's a cord on the floor, but...
The poster claimed... I wondered if that would...
Wait, maybe I can connect the TV to the fridge.
Obviously, the fridge was...
Since the cold gives you energy and all that.
Maybe. Was it really worth it?
I don't know, you tell me.
My mini fridge. Spacious enough for someone like me who only eats at home once in a month, and the other day sneaks into wedding buffets.
Nice. Okay, I don't really see what we're meant to do here.
The universal remote control. The best.
Put this in the fridge? Gives
I
him...
read somewhere once that a dead battery could regain a small amount of energy in an
That's it.
extremely cold environment.
I thought it was a TV that was without power, but it was the remote. Never mind that.
Could it be true, this story of batteries recharging in the cold? Hey, maybe that's what igloos are. Huge batteries shaped like houses. Oh, that would explain why Eskimos wear gloves, to prevent electric shocks.
And that would explain why penguins are so quick.
It was time to discover if my limited physics knowledge would help me or not.
Okay, let's see if it works.
The house of famous tycoon Kathrin Mulzberg, where an attempted break-in was reported last night. No statement has been released either from the police or the family, so the specifics of the offense are still shrouded in mystery. The only detail that has been leaked so far is some strange graffiti drawn on the front of the mansion, probably left by the same individual or group that attempted the late-night illegal entry. As you can see behind me, the symbol appears to have been applied using an enormous quantity of blood, perhaps of a human nature. We await confirmation on the origin of the liquid, with hopes that it isn't the blood of young Kathrin Mulzberg. Stay tuned to this network for further developments.
Jesus, the graphics on this TV is just way too much in your face.
From Gwendolyn Pratt, back to you in the newsroom.
That symbol on the wall. I saw it even before that swine of a hack opened her mouth. It was identical to the seal on the letter I had just received.
Was it? Didn't even see that.
I had no doubt anymore. Blowtorch was pulling out all the stops to finish our challenge in style. I toyed with the idea of contacting Burton to bring him up to speed on the situation, but I scrapped that thought. If I could close the case myself, my superiors would be forced to reinstate me into the department. Was it really worth the risk of falling straight into a trap? Or was I kidding? I was never the kind of man to back down from a challenge, no matter how dangerous it may be. It was high time to let the world see what I was worth. I wouldn't be remembered as the detective that let one of the worst serial killers in the history of Miami slip away.
Else to the know. So let's go out. This kind of looks like way above Blowtorch's pay grade, if you know what I mean.
The thing to do next was retrieve Green Dart, just in case I needed to race off in pursuit of Ramos. My beloved bike had been left at the HPD the night before. To recover it, a long walk awaited me. Hey Richie, how's it going?
Hello, Lazarus.
Richard, we've been neighbors for 5 years now. What do you think about finally calling me Lars?
I like the sound of Lazarus.
There's something magnetic about it, don't you think?
Speaking of magnetism, do you still have that magnet I loaned you?
Yeah, well, you know, it's complicated.
What do you mean by complicated? You didn't lose it, did you?
No, not lost, no. I used it in a secret mission.
My magnet. in a secret mission.
Very, very secret. So secret I can't tell you anything about it.
Well, do me a favor and get it back to me as soon as possible. It's a fond family memory.
And that's what it would remain for poor Richard. A memory.
Oh, we have some dialogue options as well.
Any good news in the mailbox?
Once you could find love letters inside. Now it's just bills and a mountain of advertising. Do you even read the advertisements they send you?
No, I just use it to ignite the coal at the barbecues with my colleague. See you soon, Richie.
Sure, at next Sunday's residence meeting. You'll come, right?
I have a previously scheduled engagement.
Sorry, did I say Sunday? I meant Saturday.
Even worse, I have to attend a funeral.
Oh, too bad. Then my condolences.
The only one who'd die would be me if I went to another one of those stupid meetings of boredom.
Okay. Is there anything we could check here? Our mailbox, perhaps?
I was sure I would find only bills and late payment warnings. Sometimes it's better not to know, so I didn't open it.
If we don't see the bills, we don't have to pay them. That's what I always say. There's a hole here.
For months, I kept asking and asking Miss Joyce to repair that hole. Sooner or later, I would fall through it again.
Gotta watch out, I guess. Let's... What the hell is this? Dangling Parmesan. It seems like a trap.
The Parmesan had been dangling from the ceiling for years, and by now, it reached a very strong seasoning.
Oh god.
I used to prepare a trap for a rat that was haunting the attic. I almost managed to grab it when the floor decided to collapse underneath my feet. And what's worse, I disastrously landed on the floor beneath, causing that huge hole. Moral of the story? The Parmesan was still hanging from those wires, and I had started to hate rats.
We've been outsmarted by a freaking rat. Okay, anything else I can interact with here? No. Go. Wow, straight into the map, I guess. This is kind of cool. Let's go to HPD headquarters. So we live in Miami. That's kind of cool. I don't know why we're wearing so many clothes, though. I thought Miami was always like hot. HPD headquarters. Let's go.
I found a very bad surprise waiting for me outside the office.
Ah, we do have short sleeves, though. I guess that's okay.
Those idiots in the department had pierced a tire of my beloved green Dart. Furthermore, the bike was locked to the streetlight with its chain. We, though, probably had the keys, but for the tire, I would have to come up with something. One thing was for sure, I wouldn't leave the HPD without my green Dart.
So we gotta find a new tire? Or find a way to fix this one? Oh, this guy's Willow.
Hey, Willow.
Oh, it's just you.
Who else would it be?
A government inspector, maybe? They're everywhere these days.
We are the HPD, the last place a government inspector would check. Actually, if we're talking about being clean, that doesn't really apply anymore. Listen, it's you has the keys to Green Dart, right?
Yes, the chief inspector entrusted their custody to me. Can you show me an identification document?
Willow, if you don't give me the keys to my Green Dart right now...
I'll make an exception to the rule.
Hey, where did the second key come from? That's not mine.
The keys were delivered to me as you see them. But if you want to fill out a complaint form...
I'll keep them this way.
Let's see.
What the hell happened to my Green Dart?
The vehicle has a puncture on the front tire. Not only that, it's chained to a lamppost.
Do you have any idea who perpetrated this offense?
I don't have all the necessary evidence to make an assessment. Do you want to press charges?
It'd be a waste of time. Instead, do you know where there's a bike shop around here so I can buy a new tire?
There's one 5 blocks away from here, along the promenade.
It took me 2 hours just to get here from my house. I can't afford to lose the whole day. I'll manage some other way.
Have you guys spare...
Have you got any spare chewing gum?
It depends. Who's asking?
Me, Willow, me.
The President of the United States.
Very funny. I might have some more, yes.
Well, perfect. That's exactly what I need.
Don't get any ideas. I'm done giving you things for free.
Come on. Stop talking nonsense and give me some gum.
Okay. Bring me the latest edition of Play Guy and maybe we can talk about it.
What the hell is Play Guy?
What? I'm alone all day down here. I have to find some way to pass the time.
Looks like I might have to spend the day running errands for this paranoid.
With a
On the other
porno
side of the street is
magazine?
a newsstand. I better hurry up if I don't want to waste too much time.
Sorry, dirty magazine, dirty. Can I unlock some? Can I take the tire from this sports car, actually? Just use it as a wheel.
Fiery red sports car. I prefer two-wheeled vehicles by far, but that one just had a certain something.
Kind of looks deflated somehow. Maybe it's the way that it's drawn or something.
I had a vision of me uprooting the hydrant with my bare hands and then crooning, "I'm singing in the rain," under the water pressure jet. I don't know why, but I've always had a penchant for musicals. Bullets in Love, the box office smash hit movie of the recent months. The classic predictable thriller where at the end the killer turns out to be, spoiler alert, the main character.
Ooh, some foreshadowing here. Hey. Okay. Can we use the keys on our bicycle here? Get the chain at least.
Could have easily opened the lock with the key, but I still had the problem of the tire defect.
Okay. There's something in the flask? No, don't think so.
It was Green Dart, my customized mountain bike.
Mountain bike?
At the moment, it was still chained to that street light and had a flat tire.
I don't think so, buddy. Let's... Ooh, a manhole.
It provided access to the city sewers. Many tourists love visiting sewers. I'll never understand why.
Really? I never heard that. Maybe some of you out there do. Never know.
I had just been fired, and begging Burton wouldn't have done any good.
Was I fired or was I suspended? I thought I was just suspended. But okay, fire me if you want. Alright, looks I don't think we can do much else around here. Let's go to that tire shop, I guess. Oh, we do need to find the Play magazine. Oh, there's a new agent here.
Good morning, Didier.
Bonjour, détective.
You're still practicing your French, I see.
Je suis really French detective. How many times do I have to tell you?
Come on, cut the act. Just give me a copy of Play Guy, please.
Do you plan to pay this time?
Pay? You're particularly funny today, Didier.
I cannot extend you any more credit, detective. Your account has so many zeros that I struggle to read the total.
There is a Play Guy on the left, right there, though.
I refuse to pay even 1 penny to do Willow a favor.
On the other hand, Inspector Burton has left something paid for you.
Bodied. The secrets of
Seamus is really funny.
Presola.
Was it my fault that Ramos was a mountain of a man?
Wanna pick up? Just pump up. More taste, less haste. Everything you wanna know about women. They love muscles.
That is all for now. See you soon, detective.
By the way, your fake pronunciation sucks.
He is not impressed. Okay, lots of activity happening in the streets. There's a mason, there's an adult magazine right there. Oh, Play Guy's like Playboy. I thought it was the opposite of Playboy.
The fountain wasn't especially elaborate, and to tell the truth, it also seemed out of place. It emitted a hypnotic water jet, though. Neither too violent nor too calm.
As in, when I say the opposite of Playboy, it would be the a boys' magazine for girls.
His mother distracted? Stealing the balloon and lollipop from the kid would be child's play. How low I've sunk.
Do I need to steal it? No way.
The sun up in the sky. If I ever had the need for those tools, I would know where to look.
Okay.
How many acts of vandalism could I perpetrate with a simple brush?
Till it runs out of paint.
Putting it in my pocket was out of the question. I'd have sullied my amazing coat. If needed, I could have used it on the spot.
Okay, shall we just pick this up then? Can we?
I could have tried asking him for it first.
Oh, is this guy?
Hello.
How can I help you?
You're doing a really great job.
You can say that again, my friend. Nobody does grout work like this these days. Listen to old Tom. That's not just a wall, it is art.
If he could, that man would have exhibited his stuccoed wall in the Louvre of Paris, near the... Is that magazine on the wall yours?
Of course it's mine. What a question.
Well, this is a very difficult situation to explain. In short, I urgently need that magazine.
I understood full well what kind of urgency we're talking about. But unfortunately, I have an urgency even greater than yours.
Oh god.
Look at those soft curves, those gentle shades.
Ugh.
Please, let's not get into any details.
What are you suggesting? My urgency is art.
Stereotypical builder, hey?
I need that magazine as inspiration for my walls. So I can't give it to you. Go to the newsstand and buy a copy like everyone else.
I don't have any money or credit.
Well, I tried asking politely. Now I'd have to graduate to cunningly stealing.
Mm-hmm.
The fountain wasn't as admitted.
Okay, it's this poster here on the lamppost.
Ramos was everywhere, constantly reminding me of the thrashing I suffered.
Oh, it's him, okay. What's going on with this guy here on the background playing music? Nailing it.
He was getting down with that guitar. He was getting...
Okay. So, how do we deceive this guy? Do you want to trade?
I thought it was better to look for another... The fountain wasn't as...
If I miss anything. Oh, brick wall. Hold up.
The wall had recently been stuccoed, so it definitely had more refined look compared to the rest of the building.
Can I take some of these tools, I guess?
If I ever had the need...
No. So what do we have here? Can I use the key to scratch the wall? Infuriating this guy.
Better think about it. Ramos was everywhere. The sun up in the sky, a fiery red balloon, and a lull. I've gladly changed places with that kid. I had nothing else to say. I had nothing else.
Okay, let's go back. I guess, not really sure what to do here. Can we give the magazine to this guy? You want this one instead, Willow?
Here's your magazine.
I asked you for a magazine with naked women.
Oh, God. Can we just draw over... Who's this car?
A fiery red sports car. I prefer to... That guy's sure muscles. Maybe want to start a diet based on chicken and salads.
Can we call someone here? Burton, maybe?
I'd rather talk to him in person.
Willow?
Just having to talk to him and... Besides, and...
No.
By that... I only had a game. I would...
So how do we get that magazine from him? Can we just...
I had nothing else to ask him. The fountain wasn't as... Admitted...
I guess we can...
Sometimes, my obsession with using random items didn't lead anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Let's see. The hole in the tire must be fixed. Get a copy of Plague Eye, yep. Then I have to green dart from its lock. Okay. Doesn't really help me much there. The general objective, I guess. Dude, can I pay you with a magnet?
Was it really worth it?
Wait, this...
He looked more like...
Oh, there was something there we could interact with. Maybe the bucket with paint?
Putting it in my pocket was out of the question. I'd have sold it if need. How many acts of... Sometimes... How many acts...
No, hold on. Maybe... Yeah, here's the cigarette now.
I'd wait for the right moment to enjoy one of my last cigarettes.
I guess
I'd wait for the right...
Okay. Guess not. Can we burn this magazine?
Better think about it.
Creating a distraction here.
Sometimes... The Mason was... He had a remarkable mustache.
Indeed he does. It doesn't really help me though. Can I go somewhere else from here? No.
The wall had recently... That arrogant Mason wouldn't let me take the magazine. But I needed it if I wanted to satisfy Willow's horrid sexual fantasies.
Just take it.
I didn't understand how that could... The fountain wasn't especially admitted.
Did he do this wall? It's kind of shiny from time to time. Not really sure what I can do here. Toss the magnets on the wall?
I thought it was better to look for another. The universal remote control from the best of.
Burn the wall
In
down?
that moment, it didn't.
No, I guess not. There's a fountain here. I'm not really sure. How could it be? How could that be any use to us?
I thought it was better to look. The fountain wasn't as emitted.
Can they go into the sewers? I wonder. Maybe.
It provided access. Many.
Oh, there's something there.
I
Oh,
just been.
hold up. Missed this.
Hey, Wheelo. Do you mind if I borrow this marker for a while?
What do you have to do?
I don't know why precisely. I might need it eventually.
I, on the contrary, may need it for work, so the answer is no.
Oh, Willow, come on.
Hey, Wheelo.
What do
I don't.
I on
Can I open this fire hydrant?
I had a vision of me. I don't know.
Guess not.
It wasn't one of those situations in which you. Not yet. I had just been fired and begging Bert.
I'm already stuck. Guess we're gonna just have to keep going until we find what goes with what.
That guy's sure muscles. Maybe want to start a diet based on chick. He was getting down with it. He was getting. I thought it was better to look for another solution.
What solution though?
Sometimes.
Better keep on trying though.
Sometimes. How many acts of van? An inviting toolbox.
Take the stuff from the
If I ever
toolbox.
had.
Hey kid, do you want a cigarette?
I thought it was better to look.
I guess not.
The fountain wasn't especially elaborate, and it emitted a hypnotic water jet, though. Neither too violent nor too calm.
God, I really don't know what to do now.
Ramos.
Feel like I've tried everything.
The wall had recently been stuccoed, so it definitely had more refined look compared to the rest of the. I had nothing else to ask.
Remote control
In
him.
that moment, the fountain wasn't emitted.
Just take the freaking adult magazine from him.
That air.
Replace it.
Yes, I would rapidly switch the covers so that the mason wouldn't notice the disappearance
that's
of
what
his
we had
magazine.
What we have to do, okay. Nice.
No, I felt more at ease.
Alright, that took me a while, but I guess we just needed to combine those two particular items, I guess. Sometimes it happens. Didn't think of it. There we go.
Here you are, you filthy pervert.
But these were not the kinds of pecs I really wanted to see.
Take the cover off, you idiot.
Oh, now I get it.
The Big Bird, Clara the Sexy, Christy Calientes, Stephanie Redley. Oh my god. Release the rabbit in you. Lose yourself.
Don't get smart. No, I want the chewing gum we agreed on.
Thank you, Willow.
help yourself, but make sure you're not seen. It could look like attempted bribery.
Did no one saw us? Who knows? Alright, let's get this gum on the tire then.
The chewing gum was exactly what I needed to fix the bike.
Just have to chew it for a while now.
I prayed it didn't stick to my gloves or I'd have to spend half a day cleaning them. The chain remained the last obstacle to freedom, but fortunately, I had the keys with me.
Alright, sweet. Before we go any further, I'm gonna take a quick break right here, and then we'll continue on in the next episodes. Let me know what you guys and girls think of the game so far. I'm really enjoying it. The classic adventure game. It looks very well drawn. I think this kind of looks like it's hand-drawn. Very beautiful. The music so far, honestly, on point. Very chill, very calm. And yeah, let's see what the game has in store for Detective Lazarus. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.